Okay, this is the video for the egg carton samples. We have samples on a list that I give at this lab. And this is number one. Alcohol would be a clear liquid. Alcohol, clear liquid. Number two is granite. Granite would be a mixture of, and if I ground it up, it would be a solid. A mixture of things. This happens to be a different solid, but say a mixture of a powder, particles. In granite would be chunks of plagioclase and feldspar and orthoclase feldspar and biotite and quartz, and all those minerals have different formulas, and they're all mixed together in little chunks, and if we grind it up we get chunks of all those different minerals. So it's a lot of different things mixed together. Number three is sulfur. Sulfur is actually the yellow powder that you see right there. Sulfur. Number three, sulfur. It's a solid in crystalline form. Solid sulfur. Number four is copper sulfate. CuSO4 in water. Copper sulfate. It's a blue clear liquid. It's CuSO4 dissolved in water. Number five is just H2O. Water. Clear liquid water at room temperature. Number six is NaHCO3, that's sodium bicarbonate. I don't have an example of that, but if you had a sample, it would look a lot like this, a white crystalline substance. Sodium bicarbonate, number six, solid. Number seven is carbon. Carbon is a black chunks like charcoal, black carbon. Capital letter C is the symbol for carbon. Number eight is brass. This is a piece of metal. Brass, it does tarnish, but brass is, I'll give you a clue, brass is not an element and it's not a compound. Look up what brass is and you'll see what it is. Brass and bronze are very similar. This is brass. That was number eight, brass. Number nine, sand in water. So we have liquid water, and then in the bottom of that you see the sand. Sand in water. Sand is visible and the water is visible. And number 10, sodium chloride. NaCl, table salt, you know it well. NaCl, sodium chloride, number 10. Let's see what else I have on the list. Number 11 is CO2 in water. That's like carbonated water. Think of spring water. Number 11. I don't have an example of it, but I'll give you the water. Imagine there were bubbles in there from CO2 being dissolved in the water. Like mineral water has a little fizz to it. CO2 in water. Number 11. Number 12 is copper. The copper I have is in here. Copper wire. Cu is a symbol for copper. The wire in here tarnished a little bit, but it's copper wire. That's number 12, copper. And 13, I don't have a sample right here, but it would look a lot like carbon, just black or brown chunks of iron. Number 13 is iron, solid iron chunks. That's the egg cartons, 1 through 13. The list is given at the bottom of your lab notes.